That was for the thumbnail. Just want to have a good little caption click there. But anyways, hello youth. I just want to say hi to you guys. How you doing? I want to do what I should call a 5-minute message, and this is going to supplement our study time. Instead of doing a big study with video and production, we're just going to have a 5-minute discussion and share some thoughts and talk about kind of what's going on in the world. And after, we'll have some time to discuss in person over our video apps. So yeah, I'm just coming to you live from my basement, and I want to talk to you guys a bit about what's going on in our world right now, how this whole situation has affected me and affected you, and basically it's affected everyone in the world. So as many of you know, I came back from vacation a few weeks ago, and it was funny because the very start of our vacation, we didn't hear much about this virus or anything going on. It was just whispers of something that was happening overseas. Did not affect anything. Things were good. We were fine. Right when we arrived there, we started hearing about how this situation was coming closer and closer to home. And by the day we left, we turned into almost panic mode. Our days turned from, enjoying the sun and having relaxing time to, are we going to make it home, or is our flight going to be canceled? And are they going to close the borders on us? So it really opened up a lot of channels for panic and for worry. And it gave me a lot of time to think about worrying and panic, and like, how am I responding to this situation? Because a lot of times when things are going well, we're at youth group or church, school, things are fine, and we all believe in God, and things are going good, but then panic happens, crisis happens, and then we kind of sometimes throw God out the window, or just, okay, God, hold on a second, I got to deal with this situation. But really, that's kind of the wrong response. And God talks about in his word about all the time about, don't worry, do not be anxious. Now it sounds kind of counterintuitive, or doesn't make sense, like, of course you got to worry about this, but I want to make it I want to try and help you understand the difference between real concern and bad worry, or illegitimate worry. Right? We can have legitimate concern without having illegitimate worry. So I think one thing as a youth, I think we all need to be concerned. We need to have concern, and real concern. And I think by large, a lot of youth actually don't have that much fear, or don't have that much worry about these situations. It's kind of just what's going on because it hasn't affected them personally. Now, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think a lot of the time our source of information is just memes on Instagram or TikTok videos, kind of making light of the situation. So if that's you, I want to encourage you to have legitimate concern, that you should say, yeah, no, I'm going to take it seriously. I'm going to take social distancing seriously. I'm going to take, washing your hands, and where you're going and what you're touching. Like, have legitimate concern for things, but don't let that concern turn into illegitimate worry. Concern is having a healthy response to a situation. Worry is when the situation is controlling you. And now worry is telling you, oh no, you're not allowed to sleep. It's going to keep you up. Now you're going to start to sweat. Now this is going to consume your thoughts. Now you're not going to be able to function properly. And that's when worry is consuming you. So there's a verse in the Bible, I think it's very interesting, from Matthew 6. And it's not talking about a virus, but it's talking about life and other real concerns that people have, but it still applies. So here's a little bit of what the verse says. It says, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life. Do not worry about what you'll eat or drink, or about your body and what you will wear. Is life not more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? It's so easy for us to take a situation like this and to worry, and to let it consume our thoughts or even our actions. But God just reminds us that, listen, I'm your heavenly Father. I care about you. I know what's going on. It's like, see the birds of the fields? Like, they're not storing up. They're being taken care of. The birds are being taken care of. How much more do you think I'm going to take care of you? And we need to, at this time, kind of pause and reflect and remind ourselves that, yeah, God is bigger than this. And then it's not like, no, we shouldn't throw God out and say, God, I'm dealing with it. God, hang on, I got to deal with this situation. No, it's like, no, God, I want to turn to you first, and I want to see what you have to say about this. So I just want to challenge and encourage you guys. If you don't have concern, be concerned. God doesn't say like, don't worry about it, just be careless. No, we're still having concern, a healthy concern, but don't worry. Don't let it consume you and take over your thoughts. So you guys, we can discuss in our group some questions. Maybe you can identify, where are you at right now? Are you maybe not caring enough? Do you have healthy concern, or are you worrying? And secondly, maybe stop and ask, like, what is God saying to you at this time? How is God speaking to you? How has this big disruption changed your life? And maybe, like, what is God teaching you through this time? And thirdly, I think we should discuss, if you are worrying, if you have a lot of worrying, how can we turn our focus back to God, and how can we place our trust in more? What are some things that we can do to help realign our focus and to trust God in this situation? So discuss with your leaders and talk more about this. Open the conversation, and let's keep this going. See you guys soon.